Here's a PBS reporter, Sarah Longwell, talking to Judy Woodruff, the longtime PBS anchor, about Iowa focus groups. Now, this is especially vivid if you're watching us on Salem News Channel, because when she asks the table of people that they're interviewing for the focus group, she asks for a raise of hands. Spoiler alert, nobody raises their hand. Listen to this clip from PBS.
So let's say Trump is found guilty of these charges. He goes through the courts and they find him guilty. Raise your hand if it makes you support him less.
Afterwards, Longwell, who has conducted hundreds of hours of sessions like these across the country, helped guide me through the discussion. What most struck you in these two conversations with Iowa voters who have supported Donald Trump for the last two presidential elections?
I was actually struck mainly by how much they sound like every other focus group I do with two-time Trump voters. They were very clear that the indictments actually made them want to support Trump more, which is really consistent. I mean, we've been asking people for several months, you know, how does it make you feel when you hear that Trump's indicted? Does it make you want to support him more, support him less? Out of the 58 people that we've asked, 26 of them said it makes them want to support Donald Trump more. Only 2 said less.
You know, that's obviously encouraging for Trump. Trump supporters like hearing that from PBS of all places. On the other hand, let me give you a little bit of a reality check. I believe that the left wants Donald Trump to be the nominee. I think they're pulling for him to be the nominee because they think he's the one Republican who will lose to Joe Biden. Here's a political analyst, Jason Nichols, who appeared on Newsmax last night. This is, again, just one of these political scribes saying the same thing.
I know you're not going to listen to me on this, but I'm going to give you some inside ball. Democrats want Trump in 2024. They want to run against Trump. They don't want to run it. I'll tell you who's a much harder race, and I've said it over and over again. Tim Scott would be a really tough out for Joe Biden. That's a scary race for Democrats. Trump is who they want because they get hold on, because as I've said I think it was last night, Trump does for the left what Hillary Clinton does for the right. We get fired up. We turn out.
Is he right? Again, he's a Democrat, but he maintains on Newsmax that Democrats really want Trump to win. To run, because they think he'll lose. If that's true, that's why Judy Woodruff and all the mainstream media keeps reporting on Trump's poll numbers and his popularity, because they are thrilled. Steve's in Ohio. Hey, Steve, welcome. You're on the Mike Gallagher Show.
Mike, how are you, sir?
Good, Steve. How you doing?
Good. Hey, I listen to you exclusively now. You and maybe, Charlie Kirk in the afternoon. But I'll get right to my point.
Thank you very much. Well, we both appreciate you very much.
Well, you're welcome. I can tell you why. All these Republicans, except for Trump, they don't have the resources. They don't have the money. The Democrats will murder them. I mean, financially. They will ruin their families. They will drag them through court. And these people are scared to death of that, and they're scared to death of the donors. They won't get any money.
Well, I tend to think the theory is correct. Here's a text message that you'll appreciate, Steve, from San Antonio. As the late, great Rush Limbaugh said, the Democrats will show you who they're afraid of every time. They fear Trump. They don't fear Mike Pence. They don't fear Christie. I'll add, they don't fear Tim Scott. DeSantis and Vivek will be attacked if they were to eliminate Donald Trump. Remember, Trump doesn't need big donors. And I don't think he gets big donors, does he? Wow. It's a tough one. It's a real challenging time, and we need clarity big time. 800-655-MIKE. Even Serpenthead says Vivek Ramaswamy has the smartest Republican strategy by saying he will pardon Trump.